Hello YouTube and welcome back to the Nitro Addiction. How is everybody doing tonight? Hope you're all doing great. Welcome to the newest member to the Addiction family. Hybrid, what's up, brother? How are you doing? Hope everybody's having a great Memorial Day weekend. Rest in peace to all our fallen brothers, our heroes, the protectors and saviors of our country. What's up, Corey? Hello, my baby doll. How you doing? Congrats on the new buggy. Thanks, sir. Basically, my early Father's Day, early birthday present to myself. I give myself a weekly budget, so I saved up for a few weeks and purchased this off of one of the races at the track. So I can't wait to get it all finalized and run it. We'll go through it. What's going on, Nick? So I was racing yesterday. I didn't do anything. I didn't have any videos or nothing yesterday, bro. I was racing myself. Well, racing myself. Trying to get better. Hell yeah. Welcome aboard, everybody. Bob's RC, what's up? How you doing? Hello, Lily. How you doing? Hey, Wyatt, what's up, brother? At least you didn't bring home your trophy with a bent chassis. Ouch! Yeah, that sucks. Chassis bending is never good, huh? I didn't bend my chassis, but it is covered in nitro fuel and oil on one of my rigs, and not for sure exactly where it's coming from, but I think we'll dig into it on tomorrow's episode. For today, I figured we would just talk about this beauty. Anybody notice anything different about this rig? Nice little touch with the carbon fiber dirt guards, whatever the heck you want to call those, mud guards. What's going on, Hugh? Probably from pit lane. What'd you do? How's it going, Hugh, my brother? Hey, get myself a drink real quick. Big Boys Toys, what's up? So as everybody knows, tires can be one of the biggest expenses when it comes to running at the track. So I guess my first question is, have any of you guys ever tried this? And no, that's not one of my wife's good pans. Just a cheap Walmart pan that I bought specifically for this. Hopefully the steam doesn't steam up my lens too bad. Cooking up dinner. Nitro residues from pit lane. Oh, got the vent chassis because it got rear-ended after I got marshaled. Yeah, that sucks. But no, Nitro Pimp, what's up, brother? No, it wasn't. I didn't even. It wasn't one of those. Like, it wasn't a race. You know, there was no pit refueling. You know, I might have spilt a little bit, but no, it's soaked. It's spitting oil from somewhere. So, you know, you always hear about people and their different methods of doing this. They say acetone, you know, 24-hour period, 48-hour period, and they come right off. These have been going about 45 minutes, so another 15 minutes or so. We're going to lay them over there on those blue paper towels. And then it's pretty quick and easy. They'll still be warm, of course. But, you know, you just lay them down, you just take your hands, and you just, on both sides, just pop them real quick. And they pop right off the rim. Anyways, we'll come back to this a little bit later. That's like an easy way to save yourself some money. Because tires are expensive, but if you can cut out the $20 pack of rims every time, or having to buy them like a full set pre-mounted, you know, after a couple sets of tires, you saved yourself enough money to buy a set of tires. So these here are the first ones that I did. I was just trying it out, seeing how well it worked. And I mean, you know, when I was done, there was like a little edge of glue sticking out here. And I just took my razor blade and just skimmed it off. Of course, they're not perfect, but you know, they're just practicing. You don't need them to look good. It's not like we're getting lined up for a main or anything. Which, the way I drive, I think it'll be a long time before we get lined up for a main. But yeah, anybody that wants to save their rims and you know, put new rubbers on them, boiling works pretty good. I haven't tried the acetone. I'm impatient. I don't want to wait 48 hours. So I just throw them away because half the time rims are worn and cracked. Well, yeah, I mean, so the scuffing, like, that's the worst of what these, you know, of these rims. If they're cracked, of course, you know, and I've even seen where on like the inside of them they get busted. Like one of these here. Let's see, is it this one? No, is it this one? Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, if they get like that, I probably won't even attempt them. I mean, it's probably not really worth it at that moment. But if the rest of them are good, you know, I'll just keep boiling them. And even though I have an oddball, come on, zoom out. Even though I will have an oddball, you know, eventually I'm going to end up with a full set. It's going to come out clean 1/10. Always chews the lip up and like trash. Yeah, and I mean, you know, trying to get all the glue off, I kind of scraped up that front lip a little bit. But, you know, like I said, just for practice, if I can save a little bit of money, because when you burn through tires pretty quick, and, you know, it's cheaper just to get, like, you can get, I bought a pair or a full set of the J Concepts Detox, and they were 22 for a pair, so $44. The cheapest I've found a full set for of any brand, any style was like 63 to 70 bucks. So I mean, you know, you can save yourself 20, 30 bucks each time. That adds up to more nitros, as they say. But anyways, so yeah, this is my new to me, newest model of the Tekno family, the NB48 2.2. Come with probably a half-worn, maybe 40% worn set of TZO 200 tires, and I think these are pink compound. I've seen a dot on one of them. Maybe it was on the rear set. Yeah. Anyways, somewhere on here there's a pink dot. But anyways, so it's like medium hard to hard. I don't remember exactly what it was. But found out one of the differences with this model. They have set the diffs lower, and I think they dropped them by like 2 millimeter. So they call them like a -2 diff or something like that. The sway bar, there's like little bushings inside there that allow for a little bit of play, and you can adjust that with different size bushings. The shock towers front and back, they're kind of like a V shape. You know, there's no crossbar, so it allows for a little bit more flex. There's some other differences, but nothing like major. As far as I know, this is the aftermarket J Concepts wing, and then I think this is standard to the newer Tekno. I don't know. I've seen them quite a bit. I didn't purchase it. I haven't looked through the directions, so I could be wrong on that. But if you're not saying tires are wheels, not expensive. Yeah, right. Like they are pricey. Could just get better and get sponsored. You're a funny cat, Pimp. You know, even if I were to get better, I don't have the time. I guess maybe if it paid a lot better than what I make, you know, but I don't know, that would just take the fun out of it. I like playing around, and, you know, I wouldn't mind coming up out of last place, but I doubt very seriously I'd ever be at it enough to get sponsored. I mean, that takes a lot. Let's save the funds for fuel, that's for sure. Yeah, right? TZO dot usually is on the sidewalls. Yeah, no, I was looking on the sidewall. I just couldn't remember which tire. I seen it on one of them. I couldn't remember if it was a front set or back set. And I was spinning the tire trying to find the dot. I thought it was up here in the front. But anyways, so something else cool about this. It's the first time I'd ever seen it, and I actually seen it at the track yesterday in another guy's vehicle, and I was like, what in the world is that? So in place of the switch, they now run a jumper, and it fits in there pretty tight. I haven't heard of people having issues. Like, I could damn near, like, you can feel it raising the car as I'm trying to pull that out. I think ProTech makes this. It's like a whole kit, comes with this jumper and that plug that basically just replaces the switch within there. I haven't opened it up yet, but this has a battery. Let's see which one it is. Where is it? He's got that thing already routed. I can't get it out. So it's 2500. Just says power cell on it. It's upside down. I can't see what brand it is. Let me know if you guys have seen these before. I haven't actually ever seen this particular battery. What does that say? Titanium. It says titanium right there. Yeah, I can't, I don't see an actual name. There's a glare coming off the light, but is that TK? Might be a Tekno. Is that what that says? Yeah, TKNO, Tekno. I didn't know Tekno had their own LiPo. Oh yeah, learned something new today. So I've seen some guys at the track that had, well, this one particular guy anyways, he had the exact same setup and he had his charger just plugged into the balance lead, which leads me to believe that they're now, I'm assuming that you can charge your battery through the charge lead if you have the right type of charger. Has anybody ever heard of that? And these are set up to where you could do it either way. It's got like an antenna port here, so you could have your receiver, antenna, you know, all your leads coming up to here and your battery back here. Or in this case, there's no antenna too, but there's a screw back here, and this is where all the leads end up. So you can use it either which way that you want. And then this is basically what you'd call the upgraded throttle linkage, because the stock one's plastic. It's got a lot of cool, you know, just cool little detailed blue washers. Got a neat little deal going on. Got some blue stuff inside there. It's come with the aluminum. I guess you'd call that the C-hub. But I've watched some videos and a few different things like with these, you know, the differences. I don't remember all of them. I'm not an expert on it. But this guy right here, you guys see that? TNC Hobbies. So there's a guy that makes these for the nitro compound for AJ, who it looks like he did pretty good down in Thornhill. I didn't get to watch any of it, but the guys were talking about it at the track. I think they said he got first in truck speed. Now I don't know if that's just like the fastest lap or what, but from what I saw in the standings at one point, he was in like the top 3 or 4, maybe 5, something like that. You know, he's running with a bunch of pros, so it's pretty neat getting to hang out with one of them. Trying to learn from him. He's so fast, it's hard to learn. No, AJ's pretty good dude and a damn good driver. Travis, what's up, my brother? How you doing? Piece acts like a strip bar for the room. for the rear wing stay. Oh, this piece up here. I figured it was just like more support, but I get what you're saying. Come on, zoom out. There we go. Trail Rider 570, how's it going, brother? Appreciate you joining in. Let's see, is it full on 2.2 or is it a hybrid? Because people that might track who run Tekno, it's a mix. No, this is truly a 2.2. Unless he swapped out the shock towers, but I don't know if these line up on the bulkhead. But I was watching a video by Ryan Harris, and he was talking about the differences. And one of them is there's like this gap from the bottom of the shock tower to the top of where the drive cup is. And you see that distance, like on the older models, it's a lot closer together. So it tells me that this has the -2 in it, unless they put different diffs in. I'm like, they did a whole lot of different shit to this if it, you know. But as far as I know, and you know, multiple people that know the guy, you know, it's a 2.2. But yeah, a lot of it is interchangeable. I just don't know everything about it yet. But oh, and back to this engine mount. So this is what you'd call a quick change. So you screw your engine to this, you set your mesh with the bottom piece here, and then take it out and just do these screws and then not have to worry about your mesh each time. But he was telling me that it takes there's a certain Protect clutch that you have to have for that. I don't know, I haven't really looked too much into it, a little bit, but, and like I don't know if these are specially made by somebody down here, or if this is something that you can buy. I know that like, you know, the engraving, somebody's doing that, but I don't know if they're like specifically making them here locally. I need to find out some more information on it. But, and I'm glad it came with the regular hexes, or the wheel nuts. I don't really care too much for these, especially being gold. Like if these were different color, I might like it, but I don't care so much for the gold. And I think maybe I started to say it, I don't know if I finished, but this is that J Concepts wing. It's not the stock Tekno wing. And I think they call it the finisher, maybe. And it's got marks for where you put the holes in it. But I haven't done enough research to know if I need the holes or not. The paint scheme's, it's decent, but and the body's cracked up a little bit. I put some of my some of this industrial, what is it, industrial grade adhesive, Power Tack. It seems like when I break up these shells and I put that on there, it stops them from breaking even further. But anyways, there's also a few more goodies, but our tires should be done. Hopefully. Add a little more water to it for the next set. But I went ahead and started boiling these before the live started, so you guys wouldn't have to wait a full hour to see. Now, like I showed you those other rims, I've done this once and it worked. Watch it try not to work, or watch it not work, trying to make me look like a fool. It's alright. I do a good enough job of that myself. I don't need any help. That's the jumper that I was talking about. Ah, I get you. Tekin on that battery. Maybe, but it looked more like Tekno. Because it looked like the N was right after the K, but I think the O was just rubbed off of it. TV calls our battery power cell. No. Maybe that's what it is. I really don't know. TV lipos power cell battery. Gotcha. Tekno don't make batteries. Thanks, RCX. Michael Graham, what's up? RCX, what's up? How you guys doing? Plug your XT60 connector on your charger in the balance plug and charge. Really? I don't know if my charger has that XT60 connector. I'll have to look through it. I know it came with the Deans, the little black, whatever you call it, the little 3-plug. It comes with the little 2-plug, the JR or JT or whatever it is, and the big white Tamiya, and a for the glow igniter. I'll probably have to get a jumper to do what you're saying, but yeah, I didn't know that you could do that. Actually, like charge your battery through the through that balance lead. That's pretty cool that they're doing that shit, because it's how LiPo battery balance charges through the balance. So it doesn't charge it through the leads, or does it just use that to monitor? So I thought that it charged through the leads, and then that little plug was just for, you know, just for the computer to read the balancing of the cells and everything. I can charge my 2 and 3S to the balance lead with my Nextfly charger. Hell yeah. Oh, Hexfly. Hey, learned something new here. Just need the male into the connects to the balance lead off of the battery. Yep. Quick change note. Yes, sir. Electrotherapy, great for anxious soul. Good luck at the doctor today, brother. Not tonight. Not a good company. It's alright, Hugh. Let's see. What servers are you going to use? I'll probably use the ones out of my Mugen, Mark. That's the what are they, the 1273, I think, Savak servos. And then I'll just get something to replace them in the Mugen. Does it move the engine forward? I don't think so. Even hungry for surf and turf. What's up, Grizzly? Yeah, you gotta get those tires submerged in the water. I mean, yeah. I just flip them around. Got most of it. I just scraped the rest of that off with the razor blade. Yeah, I was trying to get them to stay submerged, but I don't really have anything to put in there on the top to hold them down. Let me add some water to this. Tasty, cooked tires. These tires look undercooked. Oh, sorry, brother. Some people like their steaks rare. Add banana to the tires for flavor. Not a problem, big boys. Let's see. Oh, too much water. May not work so well on the AKs. That or might have even done it a little bit too long with the discoloring and the misshape. Those J Concepts didn't do that. But of course they were already yellow, but it didn't misshape them. Either way, boiling them does get the job done. Yeah, because they were white like this. I don't know. If it saves you some money, it's worth the shot, you know? Travis says that's what I was asking you the other night about charging your life. Like in the car seems like a hassle. Hey man, yeah, and I didn't know anybody was doing that. I really did not know that was a thing. But now I've seen it, and yeah, it looks like it works pretty good. You know, you always think that the batteries will get warm and whatever. I don't know. It seems like the guys are doing it, so maybe a good thing that people are doing now. My Serpent has an unscrew box with a life pack with balancer. Hell yeah. Looks like we have some clowns in the chat tonight. Oh yeah? What's going on, RPM? How you doing, brother? What's for dinner? Tires. Made that look easy. What's up, Raw? Yeah, I mean, once you cook them long enough, it is pretty easy. Damn, look at Raw with the donation. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, brother. Money for more tires to go burn up at the track. It's called manpower. I appreciate you, my brother. Heard that boiling pipes is a good way to clean them out. Just never tried it. I haven't heard boiling. I've heard like a pressure cooker with antifreeze, but I haven't tried any of it. But yeah, boiling the tires, and so those were, I think those were probably a set that came pre-glued. Now, if you're doing a really good job at gluing tires, because all these tires that I've bought pre-glued, or even before I started cleaning them off with the Simple Green, they didn't seem to really last. It seems like one run, one day of running, and they were halfway unglued. But the last two sets that I've done, they're holding up a lot better because I've started cleaning the tire with Simple Green. And I just use a little bit to make sure I get that release agent off of there. Some people say that glass cleaner works a lot better, and it doesn't hurt the tire. But boiling them works pretty good on these pre-glued tires that somebody else is doing. So we'll have to see how it goes when I try doing my own. So these here are the detox, J Concepts detox. And I mean, usually, even after just like one run, like they were coming like really unglued. These, I got a few little spots, but these are holding up better. But yeah, so this tread pattern got really good grip on the track. I didn't want to stop running because like I was running the Mugen, and don't know, it was all over the place. Even after changing a bunch of stuff on the setup, still just wasn't running right. So I got this bad boy out, and I mean, it was hooking up, and I was actually doing some pretty good runs. But then started noticing that everything was just getting caked in nitro. And I don't know if it's coming out of that back plate or out of the head or what. Never had a pre-glued set of tires coming undone. Really, you've never had a set of pre-glued tires come undone? All of the ones that I have gotten pre-glued have been coming undone. And even like when I first started doing it, I wasn't cleaning them up as much, and they were coming up a lot looser than this. But to me, this right here is a win. I mean, yeah, they are coming unglued, but there's a little bit there. I'll probably clean them up, hit them with another bead. So I don't know if I'm just not getting them clean enough before I start gluing them, or what the deal is. Yeah, and for the life of me, I cannot freaking tell where this oil is coming from. I don't really want to pull it out tonight and mess with it. I'd already planned that for tomorrow. But somewhere on this engine, it was running great, though you know you could hear it kind of leaning out a little bit. Yeah, so like I said, I shut it down. But like, I couldn't believe how. There we go, get some better light on it. Couldn't believe how much there was. Cleaning with dental brushes and rubbing alcohol before re-gluing. Okay. Now you can kind of see. There we go. Now you can see the nastiness. Alcohol definitely helps. Is that better than Simple Green? The guy at the hobby store told me either Windex or Simple Green was the best stuff to use. And I found myself at Harbor Freight the other day. Lifetime warranties. I don't remember who was telling me on here to get the little orange handled picks from Harbor Freight, but yeah, lifetime warranty. All right, Raw, thank you. I'm gonna have to remember that. I don't think I have any alcohol. I don't think so. I'll have to look, but more than likely I'll just have to pick some up. Let's see. Buy those 3 sets at a time. Those picks. Yeah, it was only like $1.99 with a lifetime warranty. They said you break anything on it, just bring them back in and they'll give you a new set. The orange don't help. The orange does help. But I wanted to blow it off and everything, but like I said, the people that run the place were at Thornhill this weekend, so couldn't fire up the generator to use the air compressor. Really, like they got a white layer around the pipe that they've got around the track. And I'm really taking that off. Yeah, these detox hook up pretty good on that loose, hard, packed track. So I mean, like literally that track it's like a hard shell of sand, dirt, whatever. Man, it's even got fuel all the way out here. Like, I have no idea. Something in there is spraying fuel. Just hoping it's not a catastrophic I'm really curious, but I wasn't planning on taking it apart tonight, so we're gonna hold off on that till tomorrow. But definitely got me curious. Yeah, it's crazy that so the Mugen, it seemed like had the best setup when I was on that indoor track. But now no matter what I do, I can't get it to hook up to the track here. I mean, as you guys can see right here, I've even got a ride height tool. So I figured I'd try and get the ride height set up on it. So the ride height, the droop, and my droop screws, a couple of them are stripped out, so it doesn't hold it like it's supposed to. But I have a new set of rear arms coming, and then I already have the front arms. So we're gonna replace the arms, set the droop screws. I don't know if it's just that it's like things are getting worn out and something just needs to be replaced. I don't know. But for whatever reason, like this thing just doesn't want to hook up. And I also found out, so it's like I got one front tire that's more bald than the other one. So I'm thinking that my front diff fluid is a little light in this car. But I mean, shit, I'm running 10, 7, and 5. And that's about what, like a lot of them say that they're set up at. But somebody was telling me in these Teknos, or in these Mugens, that they've been going up even higher, at like 12 or 15 in the front, 10 and then 7. But now these tires were decent. They hooked up good, especially in the beginning. But these are soft. They're green, so soft or super soft. So they wear down pretty quick. But yeah, like this one here is really bald, especially on the inside. This one here is not as much, so I'm thinking my front diff is a little light. Well, even like this one, a little more worn. You can see like a patch here. Yeah, you guys can. You should be able to see that in the picture. And then this one here looks a little more normal, but I don't know. I was thinking about trying it, going like 12, 10, 7 instead of 10, 7, 5. See if that does anything for it. Sitting here looking at it thinking, I just replaced this boot. No, it was the Teknos I replaced the rear boots. I was like, man, already busted out? But no, different car. Let's see here. Hello, Grandma, how you doing? Buy the 4 packs of canned air from Sam's. Oh yeah, I never even think about that. Do you still bash into the new place? I haven't. I brought a couple of Savages with me, so I can. I just haven't. I mean, it's like I go to there. I'm sure there's some place around here, like a park or something, that I can go to. But for the most part, especially now, I'm back on like 58-hour weeks, so I have one day to go run, and for the most part I've just been going to the track. Cash driver, but thinking a bad front case bearing, and then probably find a bad rear bearing. Yeah, I mean it's possible. And I just replaced these bearings not too long ago, but I've ran quite a bit at the track, so it's probably due for new bearings all the way around. You can tell I spill a lot when I'm refilling it. How was our Memorial Day? It was good. I didn't really do a whole lot. I slept in, caught up on some sleep, watched some videos on getting things ready for the track. I really am trying to focus on getting better at running the track. It's not to say that I'll ever be really any good, but I want to be able to get around it better, so it's hard to practice your run and practice how you need to drive if your setup is wrong and your car is just all over the place. So for the most part, it seemed like it was running better. But then of course towards the end, as shitty as these tires are getting, that's probably part of the reason I was slipping around. But also it was real bouncy in the rear end. So I had dropped this down to it's like 525-ish in the back and then like around 600 in the front on the shocks. And I think I need to go up in the back. I'm possibly in the front as well, but I feel like I'm running too low in the back end. I mean, it wasn't just driving around and the ass bumping up all over the place, but it seemed like when I was hitting some of the jumps, and I think it was a little soft in the rear end, so I wasn't getting the full traction. It wasn't like the car was dropping down instead of just pushing against the shocks and pushing the tires into the ground. So then I'd hit the jump and I wouldn't have as much speed. And then, like, no matter how I was landing, it was just bouncing. Like, it kept doing this where it would hit and then fly forward like that. So I'm thinking that my shocks in the rear end are a little bit too light. Go up on fluid and go to soft long wear. Tires are medium. Yeah, I found out after I bought those Detox, those are blue, which I think is medium soft. Or let's see, so the green was ultra soft, the blue might be soft, and then there was Aqua 2 that are soft long wear. And I've seen the Aqua 2s or the A2s up there, so I'm gonna try those out and see what happens. All right, big boys, good luck to you, bro. Awful guy, what's up? How you doing? So I forgot to say hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great Memorial Day. Cooking some good food on the grill, of course. Nice. On the grill, of course. Are you talk texting and it come out gorilla course? That's funny. I meant on the grill. Hell yeah. I'm gonna stir my tires real quick. The only place that is not yellow inside is where I think a bead of glue ran down. Yeah, if it's just gonna turn them yellow, that's not really worth it. That sucks. Yeah, so I'm probably boiling the second set for no reason. I didn't see it till afterwards, I figured. Benjamin Martinez, what's going on? How you doing? Thank you, sir. Appreciate you joining in. Hope you're having an awesome Memorial Day, hanging out with family. Thank you for those who served or are serving. Thank you, and for your service. Yeah, we thank you everybody that has served, is serving, will serve. All of that. True heroes. It's awesome, Benjamin. Hell yeah, thanks for joining in, brother. Just trying to boil some tires and turned them yellow. I don't know. It's weird. Hell yeah. Well, if you guys have forgotten to hit that like button, please do so. Welcome to the addiction. Nice rig. What's the issue? With this one here, it's just set up, trying to get it to run right on the track. It's squirrely. I think we're close though. But this is the Mugen NBX8. I think part of my problem is just shock oil weight. Probably needs a little bit of maintenance, which I'm going to replace the arms here in the near future. Probably the diff oil is a problem. But today's show really isn't really about this car. It was more about this car. What motor am I running? And that other one, it is the OS block engine with the Samurai 2090 pipe. And NITRO ADDICTION. Come here. Now it's gotten worse. This one I might have forgot after all the race talk. I know, that's the only reason I even bring it up, man. I mean, you know, we're a bunch of old people. We forget. I find myself forgetting too on other lives, and it's like, oh shit. I'll see somebody say it in the comments and head over there and hit it. But no, this one here, so this would be for me, the newest version of a buggy that I've had yet. They've all been used. I haven't bought a new one, but like they're all like older models. This is like the most recent release of Tekno, recently released. So it's actually kind of cool. I'm glad I had the opportunity to pick this up. I just got lucky that the guy tried, he actually tried AJ's X-ray, and AJ's all about the X-ray right now. And he's like, holy shit, he literally bought one that day, and he asked if I wanted this, and I said, yep. Just had to save up a little bit of cash for it. And it's the same guy that I ended up getting that block engine from. So he's a pretty cool dude. Your daughter liked the color scheme? On which one? The Mugen that I just had up there? What engine's going in this? I'll probably drop the block in here. That's kind of that or even the Dragon, but I like the Dragon and the other Tekno. But I mean, at the same time, like I want to try and just run one car and get used to it. And I like this newer model because parts are available. So I'll probably just swap out different engines and try to stick to driving this. Try to get good with one vehicle instead of bouncing around. But so yeah, I'll probably try multiple engines like the Dragon 4, the block. I'll probably put the reds in there and run it. I don't know, I'm not opposed to it. I'll be here, but gotta get supper. Got your mare. Oh hell yeah, Grandma. Tell Hugh to go take a shower and wash the salty off. He said he was salty and he had to leave. Otto was talking to me, I think. Missed it. What'd you miss? Wish Kyosho would update MP10. It needs it. Oh, On this Tekno or the yellow one? I've had two Teknos up there. Oop. Man, I think this here's a decent color scheme. I also like the one that's got like the big cab and then the flatter body. This is the stock body. So here in the future, I'm gonna probably get one of each. Do a couple different color schemes with it. He has gas on him. This one? Okay, cool. I got you. Well, tell your daughter I said thank you. It wasn't my scheme. I didn't paint it, but we'll take the compliment nonetheless. No, I think it's kind of neat. Like when I first saw this guy at the track, I was like, man, that's a good-looking buggy. And we started talking about it, and I didn't think in a million years I would end up with it. But I like the way that they've set these up. And for those of you that not for sure, this is what they call a C-hub instead of the pillow ball. I like the color scheme, it's not pink. Afna, you and your pink. Hello RC Modified, how's it going, brother? Afna's favorite color is pink. Just in case y'all didn't know. Chris is Stupid RC, what is up, brother? How's it going? Welcome to the show. I think I'm a new rig. The latest, greatest, and nitro buggy. Well, that's what some people say. And really, like a lot of people are also getting into the new X-rays. Which, I think the X-rays are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind having one, but I really like these Teknos. Awesome bar for the Tekno. I was saying Kyosho needs to update the Truggy. I hear you, Nick. Yeah, it seems like less and less people are running the Kyoshos these days. But I think with the Tekno, specifically this 2.2, I think they said Ryan Mayfield just won nationals not too long ago. Sometime within the last year. I think it's like maybe last summer or something. Get your RC cars used new. This one's used. Most of them are used. I've only bought a few new ones, and it would have been my first Savage. I bought a Rustler, and then like my first two were Red Cats. But yeah, Fly High, Ireland, UK. What's going on? Welcome to the show, my friend. Hello. How's it going? Yeah, I've done that quite a bit on the shows. I'll buy a used RC and then strip it down and replace parts on it. And he says I get the new. I wish I could get it new. This thing's like what, almost $700 new. Ouch. Which I still paid quite a bit of money for it, but wasn't brand new price. But yeah, I wish I could get more of them new, but they're just so damn expensive. Okay. Bump with Kyosho back on top. Yeah. What are you trying to say? Felon, aka Lil Bump. We'll put. Okay, is that a new driver or something? This would be 10 TKI 3 to run OS engines. Nice. Yeah, I'm not knocking Kyosho by any means. Don't think that I am. Kyosho was in the A main at the race yesterday, but there was more associated than Teknos. Yeah. Yeah, down here there's a lot of Teknos and X-rays and a couple of Mugans. I've seen one or two associated, but it just seems like the Teknos, man, there's a bunch of them. And then now everybody's starting to jump over to the X-ray. What's up, Lotus? How you doing, brother? I'm not what you would call, like you ask if I race. It's more like I flop around on the track. If they had a league that was like below intermediate beginner, that's about where I would be. Like the Kyosho Charger. It's not considered a little bump anymore. As long as you enjoy it. Oh yes, sir. Very much so. I have a blast. You know, they needed somebody to come in last place last weekend, so I volunteered. Didn't want anybody else to feel bad. Took one for the team, so to speak. But no, it was a blast. Even when you suck or you're having a bad day, it's still, I like it. You know, it's not bad. It's a fun experience. J Concepts green or super soft, blue is soft. Okay, yep. Then yeah, the ones that I bought for on the yellow rims, the Detox, they are soft. I need to get a little bit harder, like medium soft. His rear chassis, the front, and vice versa. What? Do I like Losi? I don't have anything against Losi. I know they're tough as nails. You know, Losi as a whole is a good product. It doesn't seem like there's as many people that race with them anymore. I'm not saying that they don't. You just don't. You know, I haven't seen a lot of it lately. But again, you know, I'm limited on what it is that I see race-wise anyways, so. Seems like since they, A2 Aqua, yeah, and those were medium soft, right? Well, they're long wear soft, I think is what I read. For the Kyosho Master in France this Wednesday. Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, I did a lot more practice. Green, blue, A2. Oh, is that the order from super soft on up? I'd like to get some mediums, just so they'll hold up a little bit longer. But I don't want to go hard and then it just totally change the grip. But I'd like some that last longer than a day. They're too expensive to just wear them out in a day. K&M Adventures, what's up? How you doing, bro? Brandon Watts, how's it going, my friend? Glad you could make it. I can't remember if I've seen you in here before or not. If not, welcome to the show. We have a track over here, go through 2 sets a day. Damn. That's an expensive day on top of fuel. Ouch. How about Tamiya RC? I've never owned a Tamiya. K&M says I'm good. Hell yeah, brother. I've never owned anything Tamiya other than the paint. I've always liked them, thought they were pretty cool. I've never bought anything Tamiya. See you on hybrids for sure. Yes. Yeah, I recognize your name from in there. I just didn't know if you'd ever been in here, but welcome to the show. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're enjoying. You new guys in here, if you're enjoying the show, hit that subscribe button. Don't worry, Awfully Guy won't bite too hard. He's what you call more bark than bite. The Terra Crusher is is cute at best. Liked and following. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Fly High Ireland. Everybody needs to follow your lead, brother. No, I appreciate that. Hell yeah. Try to put on a good show for everybody. JP's RC, what's up? How you doing, brother? So I'm almost wondering if I cooked the last set a little bit too long and that's why they turn yellow. So these have a little bit less cook time on them. I'm gonna see if they come out white or if I can even, man, look at that sexy thing. Oh, thanks, Jay. Oh, you meant the buggy? Yes, it is a beautiful specimen. Let's see, hopefully these pop loose as easily as the last set, because these are still white ish. They're already kind of changing a little bit. I hear the soup of the day is tire soup. If you're hungry, come on over. I like the acetone trick. Yeah, I may have to try that next. If boiling these AK rims turns them yellow, or all white rims, I don't know. It's the first time I've tried the white rims. The yellow rims turned out perfect. These white ones. A little warm. Backside is done. Ouch. Hot. Yeah, they could probably go for a little bit longer. But yeah, it's they've turned yellow anyways. So that's a bummer. I'm gonna see if there's anything I can do to like scrubbing them. I don't know. It might have just boiling might actually just ruin them. I really don't know. I was hoping this set was gonna turn out a little bit better. All aspects, what's up? Overworks good. Get tires. Oh, damn it. The message is scrolled. I'll have to rewind it here in just a second. Overworks good to get the tires off the rim. Just stinks up the house. Oh, the acetone removes the glue from the tires also? Oh yeah. Acetone doesn't do that. I'll have to try it next. But this, like boiling only takes an hour, so with the yellow rims it works great. But apparently white ones, not so much. Do you have a Dremel? I do not have a Dremel. Peroxide, past and sunlight, like retro bright. You're saying peroxide and sunlight might turn them white again? How's it going, all aspects? What's up, brother? Oh, paste. Like toothpaste? Peroxide. Oh, peroxide paste. And sunlight. Sunlight, like retro brightening. I got you. About ready for bed, says the pimp. Yeah, it's only, I'm on Phoenix time, and they don't do daylight savings time, so I'm actually on California time, so it is 6:12 here. Let it sit overnight. Okay. Now, do you guys submerge them or prop them up and just let the fumes? All aspects is BBQ, and hell yeah. If you leave it overnight and then let the tires dry after you take them off, you can reuse them. Oh, nice. I can buy new wheels and tires. Yes, sir. Submerge them. Gotcha. The hair supply store on Amazon. It will turn them white again. I don't go to the hairstyling aisles, hair supply stores or anything. Give them very. Moving verifies what? Buying new tires? Prop them up and let the fumes do the work. In a sealed container, says K&M. Hey, a bunch of different ways. Need sun or UV lamp. I don't have a UV lamp. I got plenty of sun though. Plenty of sun out here. Gallon acetone is $22. Yeah, I mean, if it takes a gallon each time, it may not be worth it. Maybe I'll just buy yellow rims from now on and not worry about it. Boiling them does work pretty good though. It's a lot quicker. Just gotta let it cool down a little bit because it is warm. Alright, well, it works. I mean, the rims are just going to get messed up at the track anyway, so it really doesn't matter too much. The rims are faster than the white ones. Yes! Yellow it is! Anyone works in the hospital, they can get it. I don't know anybody who works in the hospital. Jay uses acetone over and over. Try lots of methods, but the acetone is the best and most consistent. Hell yeah. Oh, oven varies the time. I gotcha. Looks like you're out of jelly and Tito's. That's actually honey. I'll go back and forth between honey and jelly, but yes. But I have 2 more bottles in the cabinet. And sadly, yes, the Tito's is just about gone. But for cheapy, yeah, allergic to bullshit. I mean, for the cheap stuff, New Amsterdam's not bad. Prefer Tito's or damn, what's that other one? Kettle One. To me, Kettle One's the best. All right, Nacho Pim, have yourself a good one, brother. Thanks for hanging out with us. How long did that take, K&M? Says I used about a cup of acetone and set the wheels up on some tall sockets in a small sealed tub. Yeah, from pressing down on those rims and catching that edge. But it really depends on the glue someone uses. Boiler looks like it works good too. Boiler works great. Other than the fact that it turned those white AKA rims off-white. Yeah, if it turned these yellow, it's kind of hard to tell. But I did these yesterday. Come out really well. It only takes about an hour, and I can get 2 of them in that pot. Could probably put all 4 of them in there, but I don't want to overdo it and mess them up. Good old vodka, yes sir. That should be in the freezer. I don't ever put vodka in the freezer. You're allergic to vodka? No. Thanks, Brandon. See, somebody out here is in Nitro Pimp. Yes, thank you guys. Somebody out here is being nice. Cam says overnight. So, yeah, I don't know. I hear like a 24 to 48 hours on the acetone. How you say it? Stolichna? Vodka? Lots of great channels on this chat. I'm going to connect with you all. Yes, a lot of good channels on here, a lot of great people. So everybody check each other out. Do some subbing. We get all the good people in here. Nobody in here likes to bully people. There are some bullies out there, but the great thing about those bullies is, you know, they don't leave it up there for people to see that they're bullies. You know, they'll make fun of you and call you names and then take it down real quick. I don't know, like they made some kind of point. Some of you guys might have seen it, some of you might not have, but definitely no bullies in here. Stolichna. Stolichnaya. I would not be a very good Russian speaker. We have the Kamacha vodka. Oh, it's silent. Yeah. Yes. I want to do my speedrun challenge. Oh yeah, JP's got a speedrun challenge going on for buggies, if you haven't heard. 21 engine, 16 tooth bell, regular buggy tires, none of the big truck tires. Got to be buggy size tires. Just ask for Stoli. Well, you said the O is silent. Is it Stli? Ask for Stli. Speed challenge has many rules. I have nothing to compete with. Lotus, you got that one buggy, but it's electric. You should make it nitro again. No, not the 6S. You gotta put the nitro back in it. Stolichnya. Yeah, it's about as good as it's gonna get. What is the prize, Jay? Put it out there for everyone to see. I'll probably mess it up trying to say it. Yeah, I know the street tires will help you with control, but they might not get as much speed as the actual buggy tires. Hot Bodies Lightning with the Serio 27. That sounds like a damn good prize. And he'll ship it anywhere in the world. I'm sorry, that's not true. Well, he will, but if you're outside the United States or Canada, you'll have to help with the shipping. Yeah, it gets pricey shipping over across borders, especially when there's water. Guess the only tires I have for it are the Gmar road tires. All you gotta do is just get you another pair. Take it easy, Nick. Appreciate you, brother. And no 21 engines. Damn, sounds like Lotus has a whole lot of shit to get before he participates in the challenge. It's alright, you got a whole month. And Brandon says, ballin' prize. Yeah, it's a pretty damn good prize. Which model is it, Jay? Lightning. Well, I'm asking that, and you've got it right there. But like, aren't there multiple different models of the Lightning? See if I can buy a decent buggy in a month. There you go. It's the original one. Nice. What was that, from the early 2000s? I don't know when they came out. Like the Inferno 6, it's nuts. Hell yeah. For those of you guys that weren't here earlier, so this does come with quick change engine mount. It's got the TNC Hobbies inscribed on it, so it's the nitro compound. Wish I knew who made this. I heard him talking about it, but I don't remember the guy's name. Pretty much RTR, just add the radio. Nice. Then you say it's got those blue Amazon servos in it. They work really well. I've been running them in my my Dragon 4. I haven't had any issues with them yet. Oh, on that quick change? Yeah, it's pretty neat. The guy was telling me that you have to have the Protect clutch with it. So I need to find out some more information. At some point, I don't know. Let me grab my. What's going on in Northeast Mods? How you doing, brother? Oh, they got the red high voltage. Nice. Quick change. Oh, quick change, definitely cool. Yes, sir. Well, that should work. Yeah, I'm gonna try and squeeze the block in there. I'm not gonna do it tonight. We'll wrench on it tomorrow night. I know everybody loves wrenching videos. Red clutch works too. What are you saying with this? So if this has a setting up higher, like this is the 32 millimeter, which is made for the Mugen. I may have to actually change that to a 34 millimeter, but I don't know the height difference because I don't have the original stock engine mounts for this, so I don't know how high up that it actually sits. But and I think the other clutch that I have, I just got to make sure. Either way, I got to make sure that it sits low enough that it'll hit the bump box. Let's see if I can do this without dropping anything. Whoops. Hell, it sits right there, so that should work as long as it's not going to rub. Of course, without putting the screws in, not 100% sure on the lineup, but yeah, we'll check that out tomorrow. Can't street tires, not monster trucky tires. Yep, that's the only stipulation. You can't run those big ass truck tires, monster truck tires, trucky tires. They've got to be regulation buggy size, or even like the on-road. Here's just a hair smaller. Yeah, these are the GRP Quick TL3 Revo. I said GRP, is that right? I always feel like I say this wrong. Yeah, GRP. I'll say GRP and then I'll think it's GPR. But yeah, we're pretty sure we're gonna run the block engine in here. I mean, the Reds would probably do just fine, but I'm really enjoying that block engine, and you know, it's an OS engine, right? So having fun with it. I'll give this Reds engine a little bit of a rest. Probably put it back in the Mugen, and like I said, I got new arms coming for the Mugen, so I'm gonna tear it down and basically do a rebuild on it. I need to get like some bearings and shit like that, but Reds clutch are good. Yeah, I got a couple of them. This one is a Reds clutch, the Terra V. I think this is the version 2, and it's got the high, low, and medium grip settings in it. And then in my Mugen, here I'll show you. In the Mugen, God, this thing is dirty. Oh, I can't grab a hold of it. Use my little hook tool. This hook comes in handy for more things than one. So that there is the Reds version 3 clutch. It's a 4-shoe clutch. It's the Terra V3 is what it was called. It's black now. 32 millimeter. So the 32 millimeter worked good on Mugen, and I think it's at Offna. Something like that. So they got like a lower engine mount in them, but then for other vehicles with the higher engine mount, you need the 34 mil. Clutch and fly was a good setup, Reds. Yeah, I like them. What's going on, Higher Velocity? How you doing, brother? I'm not an expert in this stuff. I'm like new to the racing scene. I've always just kind of been a basher. You know, I love the hobby. I love RCs. Most people that have been with this channel for a while know that I'm like a huge Savage fan. I got plenty of Savages, and I got a few buggies and truggies, but you know, there's a big difference in bashing and racing. And when it comes to the setup, I'm learning. But main thing is having fun, right? And I'm having a blast regardless of what I'm doing. But what's up, Addiction? It is nice. It is nice to see that you're on the live again. Haven't seen you live. Wonder where you were. I've basically been doing the same Monday through Wednesday. It may not pop up on your feed all the time, but I pretty much hit every Monday, Wednesday. There was that one week when I moved down here. That I didn't really do much, but I try to hit Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for wondering. I try to catch yours. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Even if I don't comment, I'll hit the like button. I have to get my Vertex VTX B1 ready. Sky RC for speed. Yep, get it going as fast as you can. Yep, 21 only. Doesn't matter what port you want. You can run as many ports as you got, but it's got to be a 21. I don't think the GRP style would be the way to go. You would want the tires to balloon. Yes, exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. You know, you use those smaller tires. You you're not going to get the same speed as you would on these, because these will balloon up and give you a better. It's just like changing the gears. When these balloon up, it gives you that much more. Ooh, we got a nice Pico that look good in there. Ooh, channel donation coming from Offner guy. I like it. Thank you, brother. Modded engine's okay. I think you modded was good. As long as it's a 21, it's a go. Wonder Bread, what's up? Hi everyone, what's up, TNA? Not a lot, brother. You haven't seen the new edition. Unless I'm that far behind in the comments, I don't know. But we'll get this guy out of the way. This one's definitely in need of a bath. But yeah, so this block engine with the Samurai 2090 pipe is what I'm gonna put in the Tekno. And to be honest with you, that's the exact same car that this exact motor came out of. I got these from the same guy. There it is. I have to count the teeth in my belt. K16, so it should be okay, but I don't remember. Don't be cheating rinks. Ooh, a modded Underdog Project 21. Nice. I remember hearing about those Project Underdog. I've never actually seen one though. Other than I've seen a couple of videos and that was it. You have to wait till after the race Saturday to try a speed run. Can't send the rod out this close to a race. Well, you don't have to lean it out to the moon, or I guess we should say to the sun. We might as well run the Vertex. It's new, has all the carbon fiber from the factory. It's actually really nice for a Vertex product. The only thing Vertex I've ever had was the engine that came in a Red Cat. It was a little purple-headed Vertex. I think it's not a .18. I think it was a .15 maybe, .12. I don't remember exactly. One thing I've ever had that was a Vertex. Yes, Wonder Bread, it's all about having fun. Wait, no way, I'm subbed. Anyway, I'll be checking. Hell yeah. Yeah, sometimes it notifies and sometimes it don't. That's why I just set the days, because if I rely on YouTube to tell everybody, there'll only be like a small handful of people that actually get the notification. I think it's like 16 or 17, maybe 20 people, because it always tells me in the analytics how many people got the notification. Either that or there's people that get it and don't come, and it just tells you who comes in based off the notification, which whatever. But I've always get more viewers than that. So there's a lot of people in here, like my wife, she subbed, hit the bell, all kinds of shit, watches the channel, she helps support, She never gets any of the notifications. I don't get it. So don't rely on those. That's why we got the set time. I mean, bad thing is that, the trolls know when and where to go. Hopefully no one makes the dreaded crankcase port boom. Hey, I got a new port. Oh, shit. That's more airflow. Gives it room to breathe. You guys are using a SkyRC module for speed, right? I have to invest in one of those as well. Where's mine? I don't know if I'll be... I don't really have a spot to run. But, yep, that's what I'm running. SkyRC. That Mugen's pretty quick. I may set it up for a little speed run. The nitro compound you were at is at the one at the Norco. What do you mean at the Norco? Not for sure what Norco. If you mean like Northern California, no, it's Southern Arizona. It's in between Tucson and Phoenix. Looks like you had a lot of fun with it. Oh yes, sir. Had a blast. I haven't got to run this one yet, but the Mugen and the Tekno, they're dirty little bastards. Had a blast with them. Sorry to get up to you. I just saw your video. I get you. Depends on spur gear. With tires is what I was looking at. I may need a smaller tire, just an optional thing. Is the reason I asked. Yeah, you can go with the on-road tire, or the track tires. What the Project Underdog from Australia? Oh, nice. Hybrid still in the house. What's up? Yeah, Rinks the VX18. Yep, that was a good little engine. That was the only thing good about that little Red Cat buggy. It was a Red Cat Tornado. I mean, that thing was so bouncy, and one rollover and it was breaking an A-arm or something like that. They're fast, but they're brittle. But man, that little VX18 was a beast. Tina, you're gonna get me into buggies. I'm waiting on my LRP buggy to come in. That's what I'm here for, brothers, to get everybody into everything. I created some savage monsters out there, and now I'm creating some buggy monsters. That's okay, man. I mean, I've always liked buggies. I've always wanted buggies, and then now here in this past year, like I only had one. It was at Losi, and then now I've had like 6 or 7 different buggies. Yeah, buggies are cool as shit, and truggies. They're all really cool. But yeah, I really do like buggies, and they're really fun on the track. Just screaming around the parking lot gets kind of boring, but man, hitting the track, yeah. Buggies are freaking badass. Lotus says, haven't seen too many trolls lately. Well, that's good. I'm sure they're still here, but yeah, not yet. Oh, you're answering hybrid. What that RC? What'd you order? Wonder Bread? Even an old phone works. For what? Oh, for speedrun? As soon as I get it, I'm breaking in. What'd you get? What'd you get? The SNMT Spec 3 has a VX18 in it. Oh, nice. Gonna be able to get the 16 tooth to work with my Alpha Spider center diff. Was it too small? Or too big? Hell yeah, Wonder Bread. I've seen those LRP buggies, but I've never had one of those. You have no idea how bad your reflexes are until you run something like that. RC10B7 on a carpet track, yeah, right? Yeah, as quick as them things run, that would be a hell of a challenge. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell from the camera, but like when I'm running at that track out there at the Nitro compound, some of those jumps are huge. Like when I come back towards me on that left side, and then I make a 180 turn and then hit the jump and go uphill. I mean, that's it. I was standing up at the top of that the other day looking down. That's a 12 to 15 foot difference in height. It is crazy how different the track is from up in that stand and then being down there walking it. Like you can't tell all the differences, when you're up on that stand. Too small, may not have enough adjustment to mesh up. Oh, that sucks, brother. What buggy is it? Yeah, so Rings, like back to what I was saying, not as quick of a track, but like hard to line up because everything's at an angle. None of those turns and jumps is just like squared up 90 degrees from where I'm standing. That's like 45-degree angles or whatever. So it's it's a challenge getting it squared up and in the right line, so that when you hit that jump, you're not jumping off the track. Can be up to 16, but you can run any size up to that. Yeah, but Jay, what he's saying is like his spur gear is smaller than that, and he doesn't think that any like a 16's big enough to mesh up. And I don't know what kind of options he has. Is that one of those old Offna buggies? Yeah, this came with a nice set of TZO 200 tires. Still got quite a bit of tread left on them. Yeah, 200 tires. And I think the difference between like these and the 400s are just like the size of the pins, maybe the length of the pins. But for this track that I'm running on, these here are better. You just made me yawn. Sorry, man, you're making me... You made me yawn just by telling me I made you yawn. Let me ask you what you paid. Oh, for this? It was $350. Which I thought was a pretty decent deal, seeing as how it's still the newest model out there, and I don't think he had it but a few months. So not running a 52 spur like the Offna came with, be a waste of time. But so it was $350 for the buggy, and then I paid an extra $50 for some parts. I almost forgot to show you guys the parts. So it came with 2 sets of tires. These are AKA rims. What do we got? So these are our Proline. Yeah, that's got a little bit of a gouge there. This needs some gluing. Slide lock. I don't know how well these hook up on that track. Oh, they actually got 4 holes in this tire. I always just run 2. Now, I was watching Adam Drake talking about holes in the tires, and he was saying if you want to do it off center, so you're not in that center rib on the inside of it. But he was saying if you do them here more in the center, when they expand, and if it gets dirt and stuff in there, it'll throw it out. Here on the sides, it may not throw the dirt out. So if they get shit in there, a little bit of water or whatever. Yeah, it's a pretty cool little tire pattern. I have those slide locks. They work great if it's dry. Yeah, the track's always really dry. Of course, I'm down here in Arizona, in the desert part of the state. So yeah, I got these 2 sets of tires. Of course, both somewhat worn. Neither brand new, so. So it come with rear A-arms. $350 is good. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good deal. And then, he's like, I got some spare parts if you want to pay a little bit more. And I was like, I mean, whatever. For all this, it's not a lot of stuff. These are for the front. But some of the stuff in here is pretty cool. So it's got the stock lock nuts, a whole bunch of different pills, different nuts, screws, a lot of stuff in here. I don't see. I was curious to see if there was any extra of those little bushings that come for the sway bars, because there's different size like insert bushings that come with that. Anyways, so these are the pricey goods. Now I haven't really looked these up. I don't know much about this stuff, but he was saying that this is like $160 worth of titanium stuff. So these would be, I don't know if you can see it, like down inside here. If I took off the wheel, you could really see it, but so right down in here, there, right down in here, this piece, that's what these are. Zoom out. And then, so this here is just another one of those wing supports. There's the steering bell crank. And like I said, I don't really know much about these, but he did say this stuff was titanium. So I'm just going to take him for his word on it. Front and rear shock tower. When we were talking about it, he was just saying shock tower, so I don't know if this is like a whole set that was $160, or if just the shock towers were $160 and that other stuff was extra. I don't really know. And I really don't care. I mean, for all the different pieces that I got, I think I got a good price on it, so I'm not worried about it. I mean, most of the time when you find these are in horrible shape and they want the same amount of money, or they want a shit ton of money. And I know he's got it set up to the track that I was just at, so, or you know, that I go to, because of course that's where I met him. So I'm happy with it. Am I ever going to use this stuff? I'm not 100% sure. I guess if I would ever bend these, I'd probably try them out. I think a lot of people were worried when these came out that they were going to be flimsy and bend them. But I mean, I've seen these 2.2s take some big crashes, and haven't heard of too many people bending them yet. No snow for Hattie this winter. I go up to Flagstaff. There's all kinds of places around me. I just got to drive a little bit into the mountains to get the snow. Where those slide locks when it was damp, no bueno. Those A-arms are tough as nails. I know I probably won't ever need the second set, other than they just like they'll wear out. If you're happy with it, then you win. Oh yeah, I'm very happy. It's a big win. I mean, I think these alone are for the both sets. I don't remember if these are like 12 and 15 bucks a piece or like 25 bucks a piece. But no, it was a good deal. I'm happy with it. I'm actually like really excited about it. Can't wait to get it all mounted up and on the track. Next big question is, what's going in for an engine? So I think I'm gonna put the block in here, take the block out of the Mugen, put this back in the Mugen, and then run the block. And the block come with the Samurai 2090 pipe. But I mean, you never know. I may save up some more money and get something fancy for it. I've kind of thought about it. I know a couple options that I'm looking at. It's just a matter of setting the money aside and not spending it. You know what I mean? Because I only allow myself so much money a week to spend, and I don't want to. I don't really want to exceed that. So I literally have to like set it aside and not spend it, and then hope nothing comes up to where I need it. Ooh, Tekno. Mugen Mafia, baby. What's up, bud? How you doing, brother? I got a new weapon. I got the newest weapon. You know, I tell you what, man, I like that Mugen. I really do. But hooking up on this track, my Tekno hooks up way better than that Mugen does. And I'm sure it just got some settings wrong somewhere, but man, it's a lot easier. Ooh, the Dragon? Yeah, I might run the Dragon in it. That's definitely an option, because I think I'm going to let that 48.3, like, maybe set it instead of running it. You know, because it's an older model. I don't want to tear it up too much, but I see that. But you need the 8R. Well, I know, but this one fell in my lap. The 8R did not. I might have an 8.7 at some point, or not an 8.7, an MBX 7 at some point. But yeah, I mean, I still want an 8R. I just gotta find one that somebody wants to come off of, or save up a big old fat chunk of cash and get it new. I've been watching a lot of videos on this. I don't know if you guys ever watch Ryan Harris. He's got a lot of great information on things, but you know, the way he talks about how this buggy is right out the box, and you know, and I've talked to other drivers there at the track. I mean, this thing just handles great. So, you know, when I mess up now, it'll truly be horrible driver, and not so much setup. Still a Savage channel, right? Yes. Yeah, we still do Savages. Hell, I got two of them sitting over there. See? I brought two. It's even got the F46 in it. I just need to charge up a battery and put in it, and put the radio in it, and then all I gotta do is fire that guy. And I figured when I go down to that track, you know, I pay money to run there. I'm gonna run my buggies on the track instead of playing with my monster truck. I haven't seen a Savage since the move. It's all good. The happier you are with that, the sooner I get my Mugen back. You don't even like nitro anymore. You're an electric guy. Oh, you know, if I sold it or traded it to you, then Travis would be unhappy. If I sold it or traded it to Travis, then you would be unhappy. So I guess I'm just going to have to hold on to it. Baja status. I still need to get the gears. I've just been focusing on the track. Good question, Lotus. Yeah, it's still the same. It's broke. Gears are all broke on it, but I'm definitely going to get some. I think like we talked about those black bone gears, but yeah, with the summer coming up, there'll be a stretch of time where I probably won't go to the track just because of the heat, and then that's when I'm gonna focus on rebuilding that and getting a few things ready to go, stripping down the Mugen, getting it all cleaned up, a few other things. But right now, while it's still decent temperature, it's warm, but it's still decent. I'm gonna focus on running that track. They got the winter series coming up, and it starts in like September, and I'm gonna try and get to where I can, at least get out of last place. I'd like to get up into second to last place, right? But life of my ass off, I love your channel no matter what, because y'all accept me. Besides, I might get back into Nitro sooner than you think. Hell yeah, man. No, that'd be cool, dude. It's Nitro Electric. It don't matter. Nobody here's a hater of any of it. So we get rid of those people that are haters of one thing or another. There's no reason to be a hater. But no, man, that's awesome. I hope we do get back into Nitro. Nitro's fun. Like, yeah, Lotus has E-words. We leave him alone. But no, that's electrics. There's nothing wrong with it. I want something that screams at me. When I yell at this to do better, it yells back at me. Brap brap. Don't forget Oktoberfest at the Nitro compound coming up soon. That's what I was getting to, brother. So you already know about that, huh? Or is it because of me? Because Halloween weekend. You're coming, right, JW? Because I may not be running in it with the big dogs, because I don't want to look that bad. But I'm definitely going. I hear that's when all the big dogs come in. But yeah, they put out a schedule. It's on their Facebook page. Starts in September. But like the final deal is like December 28th or something like that. And like I'm not going to be here. I'll be back home. So more than likely I won't be, set up with points to even really worry about it anyway. So, but I am going to have fun. I'm going to jump in and just, have fun with it. But I need to practice and, yeah. I mean, the only thing bad about it is that, man, it's so damn expensive. I mean, you only get so many runs out of the tires, the fuel, and then any maintenance that you got to do. It's pricey. Hey, I already know. Yes, I might actually go. Guess all the big dogs will be there. I got a place for you to stay, bro. It's only 45 minutes from the track. If you don't mind sharing a room with RCs, we'll get you an air mattress. We don't hate, we appreciate. But I've even thought about getting an electric. I mean, yeah, this is the Nitro Addiction, but it doesn't mean I can't play with electrics. Heck no, I wouldn't mind sleeping with the RCs. Yeah, you let me know, bro. Like I said, dude, you're welcome here. It'll be nice going down there with somebody instead of just by myself anyway. So, and here pretty soon, I don't know when, but here pretty soon, I'll be making a trip up there to the old Vegas Strip. But yeah, I can't wait. I already told the old lady because that's on her birthday that weekend. It's right around her birthday. And I was like, I hope you're not planning on coming out here that weekend. Almost felt like an asshole, but she's like, no, I understand. She goes, no, I don't have to be out there for my birthday. She wants to spend it with the kids anyways. If anything, she'd want me to come home. But we are planning a trip for her to come out here sometime in like probably early November or something. But yeah, that weekend I'm definitely doing the Nitro compound. Stupid allergies. Must be allergic to nitro. It doesn't matter, we're still gonna play with it. I'm recovering from my off-road club race on Saturday and my on-road club race yesterday. Man, you do a lot of racing. Yeah, I'm recovering from yesterday. I did more walking than I did driving. You know, it's hard to practice and get any better when you spend most of your time walking out there to flip the damn thing over. It's not working. Did hell freeze over, or pigs flying, cats and dogs getting along? Did your welder break? What is this, Monday? He's off on Mondays. He's got an excuse today. He's got to take at least one day off to recover. Welder broke me. Oh shit, there we go yawning again. He should know days off, he welds in his sleep. That's true, he does. My ECS crapped out Saturday and drove someone else's car and finished 4th. And I finished 5th yesterday. Dude, that's way better than me. I can't get out of last. Let's see, we ran 2 heats of nitro buggy that day, and I was the 9th person in my heat, and there was at least 8 or 9 in the other, so there was just under 20 people, and like I said, somebody had to volunteer for last place, so I took one for the team. At one point, I was out of last place, but that's because that guy, something broke on his car, and he couldn't run anymore. So that was like my second race. I mean, a win's a win, right? But no, not once I get it to where it's drivable and I can hit the marks, you know, and I'm not sliding all over the place or bouncing around, and it's easier to practice and get the time in. It's like yesterday I ran the Mugen mostly, which only because the Tekno, the engine it sprung a leak. I spent more time walking out there. Once I put the Tekno on the track, man, I'd get 3 or 4 laps in without flipping over and like actually running good. I was like, nice, you know. I was actually getting some practice in and getting, well, what felt like and looked like a little better. But then I don't know what's leaking on it. I need to take it apart. We're going to find out tomorrow. But yeah, I was running the Tekno, and it was doing really well. Those tires were gripping really nice. I was hitting my marks. Like there's, you know, I'm starting to feel where the marks are on the track. The Tekno is longer. You mean wheelbase wise? So a hair? Not really. Looks like the Mugen shock tower sticks out a little further to the front, maybe a little bit, but the wheelbase is basically the same. They're almost the same. But yeah, that 48.3, man, I mean, that thing was glued to the track. I had a really good time with it. Just putting proper exhaust gaskets on the twin T-Max. Hell yeah. It should be sealed now. Oh, shit. Alright guys, well, as you can tell, I can't quit yawning. Did we win something? I heard the chime. No, it's just my phone talking to me. Notification for something. I don't even know what it is. Somebody posted something on TikTok, and I don't even do TikTok anymore. No, nobody won anything. I'm gonna win some sleepy time. But appreciate you guys. It's been a blast. Be sure to check in tomorrow night. We're gonna be diving into that dragon, see where it's spitting oil from. Like it wasn't revving up like it had a bad leak in it, but something, and I can't tell. Like the head screws were tight, back plate screws were tight. I couldn't tell, but it's somewhere. So thank you, Lotus. I appreciate it. Yeah, check in tomorrow night, and we'll peel that Dragon 4 apart and see what's going on. All right, everybody, have a good night. Much love and peace.